I hated chemistry in school, and today I'm basically like a CEO of a biochemical company.
A long journey, an unusual journey, many would say, from top-flight footballer to the CEO of a biochemical.
Mathieu Flamini's story begins quietly. No headlines, no spotlight, just another hard-working midfielder trying to make it in professional football. He was born in Marseille, France in 1984. He joined Marseille's academy and worked his way up. Coaches noticed that early.
And at the time, growing by the sea in Marseille, I had two huge passions. My first love was for football. I've been very privileged because I've lived of this passion for over 20 years.
He was just 20 years old. That's when Arsenal came calling. At the time, Arsène Wenger was building something special in North London. A team full of youth, speed, and confidence.
Flamini comes in, oh yes! Well, he gets one, and then...
When Flamini joined in 2004, he walked into a dressing room full of legends: Henry, Bergkamp, Vieira, Pires.
Since English football began.
By 2007, Flamini had become a key part of Arsenal's midfield. He formed a strong partnership with Cesc Fabregas, and the team came close to winning the Premier League. But when his contract ended in 2008, he made a bold move, signing with AC Milan on a free transfer. A new country, a new challenge.
For many people, it struck them as pretty unusual in terms of a career shift. Does it strike you as strange? How did you get to this point?
At the age of 25, when I moved from Arsenal to play for AC Milan in Italy, I had the opportunity to meet with a team of scientists and to develop with the Polytechnic of Milan a partnership. And from that day, we decided to basically tackle the petrochemical industry and to bring solution in order to greener this industry, which is today generating 1/3 of the oil demand.
He started reading about science and environmental issues. He talked about renewable energy, about how industries could change the world for the better. And in 2008, together with a close friend, Pasquale Granata, he founded GF Biochemicals, a company focused on producing sustainable alternatives to petroleum-based products. It wasn't a typical footballer's side project. It was a real company with laboratories, researchers, and long-term goals.
From a very young age, collecting the garbage on the beach. So this is one aspect. The second aspect is I like the challenge. And I remember as a young kid being told, okay, I will never become a football player. And after many years of work, I became one of them. So obviously moving into that direction and starting a biochemical company when everybody was telling me, okay, but do you have any chemical background? So I said, okay, this is definitely something I want to do.
They were trying to develop levulinic acid, a material that could replace oil in making plastics, fuels, and cosmetics.
Chemical industry is everywhere around us. I mean, every single product we buy every day, going from a shampoo to a deodorant to some pants or detergent, everything is made of a formulation of ingredients.
It was complex science, and Flamini was deeply involved. For 7 years, no one in football knew about it. He kept it completely private. He didn't even tell some of his closest teammates. He trained during the day and spent his nights in meetings and research calls.
Whenever I was reaching training sessions, I used to see Mathieu Flamini on the phone constantly. And we used to make fun of him in a nice way. You know, Mathieu is family. And he was already on a talk with his partner from today. And you know how successful he is today.
In 2015, he finally revealed the secret in an interview. He mentioned, almost casually, that he had co-founded a biochemical company.
At the time, trying to spend time, training, playing, etc. And then also developing what's now ended up as GF Biochemical.
So it was for me an escape to clear my mind, change my mind, and it was a passion since a very early age. So I wanted to live my passion also off the pitch and to be able to slowly move also like to what we call a second career, because also being an athlete and a football player, you realize very quickly that by 35, 36, you need to reinvent yourself.
The reaction was immediate. Media outlets around the world ran with the story, calling him the richest footballer alive. They claimed he was worth over 30 billion euros, a number based on the global value of the biofuel industry, not his personal fortune. Flamini quickly clarified the misunderstanding. He wasn't sitting on billions. He was investing in a long-term vision, one that aimed to make the world less dependent on fossil fuels.
I think what's important to also mention is like more and more we'll have to go toward like a sustainable lifestyle. And a sustainable lifestyle is about like how we live our everyday. So that's come from like, that's addressing nutrition, that's addressing like the clothes we're buying, the cars we're buying. I mean, like it's an holistic approach.
When asked about his success, Flamini rarely talks about money. He talks about responsibility, about what people with influence can do to push the world in a better direction. He says he's not trying to be known as a billionaire, but as someone who's helping build a sustainable future.
I was kind of also pissed off with the product available on the market. And as a top athlete, obviously having access to the best product, I was disappointed with what we could find. I mean, like until today, I don't understand how you can still give like energy drinks full of sugar and colorant. I still don't understand also like how vitamins and supplements are on the market and they deliver you not even half of what is written on it.
And that's what makes his story stand out. In a world where footballers are often defined by goals and trophies, Flamini built something that could last for generations. He proved that you can have ambition beyond the game, and that intelligence, discipline, and vision can create a new kind of legacy. Today, GF Biochemicals continues to operate across Europe, working on greener materials and industrial processes. Flamini remains actively involved, balancing his business commitments with environmental projects and speaking at conferences about sustainability.
When you play in front of 80,000 people and many more on TV, not only you have to deal with the pressure, but you have to be good at what you do. And when you're an entrepreneur, this is the same. I was investing my own money for many, many years, and I didn't have other choice than to make it successful. This is the first aspect. The second aspect is dedication, hard work. When you play at the highest level, it's a 200% dedication. Same when you're an entrepreneur. I mean, like work day, night, and you have to keep going. As I was saying before, every day you have many reasons to stop, but you have to keep going because it's hard work.
He's a reminder that life after football doesn't have to mean fading into the background. For him, it meant starting again, in a completely different world. Mathieu Flamini may never have been the biggest name in football, but he might just be one of the most influential players the game has ever produced. Not because of the goals he scored, but because of the change he's trying to create.
Diaby, Fabregas, Flamini. That's nicely struck! Oh, yes! Goals as good as that don't come along that often. From a whale of a distance from goal, he just steadied it, had a look, and he'd arrowed into that top corner.